Some call it censorship, others call it courage, but one thing's for sure, Burkina Faso just made a bold move that most African governments wouldn't even dare touch. Dumelang, Absheni Ralocha, Sanbanani Mulweni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our community.
Je pense que c'est eux-mêmes qui ont contribué à baisser leur influence. Parce qu'ils ont une conception paternaliste. Et tant qu'ils vont continuer de voir l'Africain comme ça, comme un sous-homme qui n'est pas capable de réfléchir, qui n'est pas capable d'innover, capable d'inventer, on ne pourra jamais être amis. Les époques ont changé. Donc, c'est la vision même qu'ils ont du noir. Il faut qu'ils arrêtent ça. Parce qu'en nous traitant comme ça, c'est comme s'ils voient le noir comme un sous-homme. Et là, c'est dangereux. Il faut qu'ils changent.
Now, President Ibrahim Traore has officially banned access to pornographic websites across the country. Yes, you heard that right. Internet service providers have already started blocking out adult content, all in the name of preserving moral integrity and protecting the youth. Now, the Burkina government says this is part of a wider effort to promote conservative values and actually reclaim cultural identity in the digital age. And while the move has sparked a fiery online debate, let me say this, I get it, and frankly, I respect it. Because look, right, we live in a time where pornography is just a click away. And let's be honest, it's not harmless, especially not for young boys and girls who are growing up with ideas of intimacy, of respect, and their own worth, right? Because studies have shown that overexposure to porn at an early age actually affects attention, affects emotional regulations, and real life relationships. And we're actually seeing it. A whole generation numbed by hypersexuality and starved of genuine connection. So when President Traore says not on our watch, I can't help but clap for that. According to the government, they say that productivity will go up, and I do believe it, because a focused mind builds nations, a distracted mind just scrolls. Now, yes, critics are already warning of a slippery slope. They say this could open the door to wider censorship, and they're not wrong to ask hard questions. Who decides what's moral? What gets blocked next? And how do we prevent governments from using culture as an excuse to silence a dissent? Those are valid concerns. But let's not confuse strategic moral regulation with authoritarian control, at least not yet. Because this isn't about silencing truth or politics, but this is about shielding the minds that will inherit Burkina Faso. And maybe what Traore is doing is holding up a mirror to the rest of us. In a world where we're still healing from centuries of exploitation and cultural assault, shouldn't we be more mindful of what we allow to colonize our minds today? Pornography isn't just adult content, it's a multi-billion-dollar global machine, which is often violent and often racist and often rooted in exploitation. Some nations use it as a psychological warfare. Yes, I'm talking about how Israel has been accused of flooding Palestinian online spaces with porn to fracture family values and mental health. So what Burkina Faso is doing isn't backwards, it's forward-thinking. It's protective, and it's deeply African in its intent. President Traore is showing us what conscious leadership can look like in a digital world. And not perfect, not popular, but principled. He's asking, what kind of men and women are we raising? And what kind of digital environment are we actually creating? And to that, I say, South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, who's next? Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And while you're at it, don't forget to give